People camp outside stores and crash websites, not for need, but for belonging. Look how drops make consumers feel chosen, turning products into membership passes. Supreme's $60 box logo tee once resold for $1,000. That's the biggest proof we have a brand just being the cultural currency. The Scarcity stopped being a supply chain, it became a status design. So the secret here is a little bit of manipulation. You know, the meaning of saying, hey, we only have this limited amount of shirts and it's gonna drop on X day, or it's gonna be a surprise X, and everyone is gonna have eyes on your brand. I'm Jose Pablo, the founder of Atla, a branding agency that has reimagined hundreds of brands, including some clothing brands that are being drop-based using the same strategies as Supreme and A24. This is why I'm doing this video, because I want to show you how you can make your drop-driven brand, and it's going to help you out have that cult of belonging. You're going to have your customers waiting for you for the next drop. Another example I love is Tracksmith. They have a special collection for each of the marathon makers, and all the people who run them are just waiting them to come out. In the early 2000s, streetwear became the most important thing for different cultural niches. We have brands like Supreme start this ritual where every single of their drops became a social commentary, became a social belonging. On the other side, we have how A24 turned moving merch into collectibles. Brands street hoodies like film posters, and they were obsessed with them. Or we have how Apple iPhone launches mimic drops, one day, single moment scarcity, right? You want to be the first one to get the product because you won't be able to get it tomorrow. Even though they're going to sell thousands and thousands probably the next week or the next couple of months, you are waiting to be there and you want to be the first one to have it because that sense of belonging. So it can be the same with your clothing. It can be the same with your brand. Maybe you drop 10 t-shirts the first week and everyone will want them, but then you can launch a few more. It's about the hype. You have to tease the moment with visual stories, whispers. Supreme leaks designs weeks early to full obsession. You have to create the moment, create one clear window. If you miss it, that's it. Then you have to have this view for community. Reward those who watch closely. Early access, secret codes, have a secret newsletter for your biggest fans, maybe have some of your fans on close friends. Really focus on giving a special opportunity to your fans. And you have to have a very important story. Each drop must answer why now. There has to be some cultural relevance over product count. If you are gonna launch a bagel collection, it has to be relevant with why bagels are relevant at the moment. And we have seen how A24s did it. And then go silent. That's very important. After the drop, you must go silent. And that's gonna make the biggest difference. Brands that dress are brands that retain the mystique around it. You have to go muted for a few days, weeks if needed, and then you'll see how people will start wondering, how can I get more of this? And the result is that fans don't just buy, they become part of the community and they want to participate on it. But also it's very important that we don't fake that scarcity, because that will kill the complete hype. People will hate you, and if you do it over and over again, you'll have fatigue on your consumers. And once they are fatigued of you, it's really rare that they come back to you. And for example, we have how ethical brands invite people into meaning, and they don't have that trick of urgency, right? So maybe something else that you are selling them is not only urgency or scarcity, it can be meaning, it can be other things, it can be a special collab. All of those can be component of a drop. And something very important is that drop must be a celebration. Every single drop you do, it's a celebration, not a tool of manipulation. It really has to mean something. It's not about withholding, it's about building the belonging. So think about the example we all know of drops, and I already mentioned it, but Apple, how their drops have become a design ritual. It's not a release, it's a ritual that happens over and over again. Happens once a year, twice a year, and we know the structure. At the point that it's boring now, but you have to have your rituals in the way you drop things. I mentioned Tracksmith with the majors, or maybe if you are a running brand, you might focus on the first race of the year and you do it every single year. And that repetition is what is going to start building those followers, that cult around you that it's gonna know this is their drop. So as I have said so many times, and you've seen it on my content, consistency is one of the most important elements to build a cult. And the intention of them is what keeps it ethical, but you have to be very consistent. When you hype without honesty, everything collapses. So authenticity is really the new authenticity. Drops can't just be limited, they must mean something to people. Overusing exclusivity kills wonder, like hearing your favorite song on repeat. So really ask yourself when you're about to do a drop, I am making something exciting or not? Is this gonna be exhausting for my audience, my consumers, or is this gonna be emotional? So just really focus before trying to do a drop. Think about, is this gonna be emotional or not? If you fake, people will hate you. You really have to focus on the fact that great brands don't launch, they orchestrate. All of those brands does it is because they have very specific rituals from zero to end, from when they are doing all the hyping until they rest. So those drop-driven brands win because they didn't design emotion on purpose. Anticipation itself becomes a product experience. The silent sells, rest phases let demand rebuild like a heartbeat. Absence amplified value. If you never go quiet, people never listen. And really focus on that. You have to find moments where your brand doesn't need to be speaking up. Find the silence for your brand. Cult brands aren't an accident. They are communities built through rhythm, story, and restraint. Drops work because they turn attention into an identity. Scarcity done right builds devotion, not an addiction. And take away this, you don't need more drops, you need better stories every time. If this video was helpful, then subscribe and check out the video on your screen about how modern brands have turned pills, medicine into daily rituals. If you're interested in building a Mexican luxury hospitality brand or thinking about rebranding, check out the link in the description for our free newsletter.